WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Over a dozen students and staff at Island Middle School are treated after being exposed to some type of fumes. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Scott Martin. Winston Medical Center CEO Paul Black says that students were passing out. Now, this is an alert from the school that a parent sent to us. It says in part, quote, "We have had reports of alleged vaping. Some students may have come in contact with substances or been exposed to fumes leading to their condition." Now, we know at least one student was transported to UMMC. Louisville Police Chief Ellen Claiborne says that right now it's unclear as to what it was that people were exposed to. The school district and law enforcement is actively investigating. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more. Well, a manufacturing plant in Pontotoc goes up in flames this morning, leaving hundreds now without a job. It broke out at Washington Furniture around 10 o'clock this morning. Multiple fire crews have been on scene all throughout the day trying to put out that blaze. Crews are still working to figure exactly what caused that fire. Well, it all started at the warehouse at Washington Furniture. From there, the fire spread all throughout the building. The warehouse was the only thing that was damaged during the fire. The production line was not impacted. The manufacturing plant has been a staple in Pontotoc for the past several years. They're known for making residential upholstery for homes. Nearly 500 workers work there at the plant.
I left here around about 8:45 this morning, came to the south plant to get 2 pieces. And I got back, as soon as I got back, this was around about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I come around the corner, and all I saw was smoke and fire and everything, and came on around. All I knew, it was gone.
This is a big bump in the road, but we're going to be back up and running fairly quick. You know, we have a lot of our raw materials weren't affected. You know, there's some smoke damage, but outside of that, we can be back up and running really quick.
The State Fire Marshal's office is investigating the cause of that fire. The good news is we're told that no injuries were reported. Well, time now to toss things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson with a first look at our forecast. Hey there, Keith.
Scott, we still have some rain in the region. Temperatures holding steady in the upper 60s in Oxford, other locations mainly in the low 70s. A flash flood warning for parts of Calhoun County and Pontotoc County until 12:15. We do have some reports near Bruce of some streets being closed due to some flooding this evening. You can still see we have some showers falling out there in that part of the area, some lighter activity elsewhere. So some rain right now. Some of this will carry over into the latter part of the night into tomorrow morning. So there may be some wet weather for the commute right there. By tomorrow afternoon, a lot of that starts to shift down to the southeast. We will hedge the bet and include a chance for showers all day long on a scattered basis, not as wet as what we had today. Around 70 for lows tonight. In some spots, some of you will get down into the mid 60s. Let's go with 68 at 7 o'clock. 70s for highs tomorrow, and then we'll turn the spigot off. We'll see some more sunshine on Friday and some warmer temps for the weekend. More on that in just a few minutes.
Well, Mississippi Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith speaks to the floor for the first time in Washington. Her speech centered around standing up for Judge Brett Kavanaugh. Now, Kavanaugh is under fire after 3 women have come forward accusing the Supreme Court nominee of sexual assault. An attorney for one of the alleged victims state a released polygraph shows that she's not lying about the claims of Kavanaugh attempting to sexually assault her at their high school party. Senator Smith said in her speech today, quote, "Unproven accusations are unjust."
Judge Kavanaugh quickly and convincingly refuted them without mincing any words. Throughout this exhaustive process, he has been very straightforward in shooting down these allegations, all under the penalty of law. I believe Judge Kavanaugh when he says these humiliating events never happened. Not 3 decades ago, not ever. Kavanaugh.
Now another hearing is set for tomorrow. Well, it's rare to have several members of the greatest generation all together these days. Today there were 27 in Simpson County as Highway 49 is designated the Mississippi World War II Veterans Memorial Highway. Courtney Ann Jackson has more of some of their stories.
Just a day before his 95th birthday, George Mitchell helped unveil the marker that will serve as a thank you to not only him, but the other remaining members of the greatest generation. 95 is a birthday George Mitchell didn't know he'd live to see, and hero is a title he's not comfortable hearing.
A lot of people in that war gave their life for this country, more than any other war that we've had. So for those that gave their life, They were the greatest. They are the heroes of this that ought to be celebrating today, not us.
Mitchell served in the Air Force, flying missions over Germany in a B-24 bomber. In March of 1945, his squad was briefed that they would be bombing Berlin.
I told the pilot, I'm going to get me about 3 of them blocks to drop on Berlin when we go over.
With permission of his pilot, Mitchell dropped those concrete blocks that day.
About 2 months later, we heard that Hitler had committed suicide. I said, no, he didn't commit suicide. One of them concrete blocks got it.
They flew 9 more missions before the war ended. Fellow veteran Charles Crone has 2 years on Mitchell, still sharp as a tack at 97.
When the war ended, I was in Russia, and I do speak Polish. So to mówię po polsku, rozumieć. I spoke French, German, and Polish, so I was a linguist with the Army. But then with the Combat Engineers, we built the bridges and the roads.
His men were always the first in, including building the bridge to cross the Rhine River during the Battle of the Bulge.
Became a sergeant and had a squad, and I led the squad all through the war, brought all of them home alive. That was the main thing. They all came home alive.
And all of these veterans are quick to tell you they'd rather that thank you go to their fellow men who paid the ultimate sacrifice and made the freedoms we have today possible.
Commissioner of Higher Education Alfred Rankins Jr. is touring the state's colleges and universities this week. Today he stopped at MUW to listen to faculty, staff, students, and members of the community. Rankins says he's getting insight on how students and staff view the university and how the IHL systems can better serve the campus.
I think it's important for me as commissioner, if I want to do the best job in serving all of our campuses, I need to get insight from the campuses regarding the needs and the good work that's going on our campuses. So I'm visiting all the campuses to get that intimate interaction with employees and the students.
Rankins will visit Mississippi State tomorrow. Well, anyone who's dealt with 7-year-olds knows that they can get a little restless, but that's not the problem, or not a problem, for our Educator of the Week. Leslie Morgan teaches 2nd grade at Victory Christian Academy. Right now the class is learning about sentence structure and punctuation. Morgan says teaching in a hands-on way keeps them engaged and interested.
I just love working with kids, and the younger ones especially, because this is a crucial time in their life where you can make a difference. You know, their attention span at this age is very short. So if you do not interact and do a lot of hands-on and get them excited about learning, they're not going to be into it.
That's true.
If you'd like to nominate an outstanding teacher, just visit our website, WCBI.com.
Some minor flooding occurring right now along the Town Creek in Tupelo. We are looking at just a little bit of additional water to rise on up here as we go throughout the course of tonight. The Tom Bigby at Amory approaching flood stage right now. Minor flooding possible here later tonight and tomorrow. Your full forecast is coming up next.
WCBI's Educator of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant, where your neighbors are the owners. Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
A great day for ducks around here. If you love the rain, this was your day. Gloomy, overcast all day long. Scattered showers here. Our Alpha Insurance time lapse from downtown Louisville, Mississippi and Winston County. You got in on the action today. We all got in on the action today. Over the last 2 days, over 4 inches in Tupelo, over 2 inches in Columbus. So welcome rain. Many areas have been relatively dry of late. The bullseye of rain over the last 24 hours here. Pontotoc, New Albany, Tupelo, parts of Prentice County too. Several inches of rain, some spots over 6, and we still have a flash flood warning here. Some streets reported flooded there this evening in Bruce. 1 to 3 inches of rain over the last couple of hours up in here. And we still have some light to moderate shower activity out in that part of our coverage area. It just does not want to leave this area this evening. Some lighter activity elsewhere, but we have more showers that could redevelop at any time tonight. The air mass is still rather soupy out there across our region, so don't be surprised to see some raindrops if you will be driving late tonight or early tomorrow morning. And also a flash flood watch continues for West Alabama until 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. So we will be watching out for some additional showers over there as well. Areas of rain likely here on Thursday, but notice the rain chance here, just 40%. Today we were soaked. Tomorrow it should not be an all-day washout, but it will be a muggy and a damp day. Temperatures mainly in the 70s here, maybe only low to mid 70s north. We're looking at some mid to upper 70s farther south, and the wind from the north at about 5 to 10. Mostly cloudy, scattered showers possible just about any time during the day. By late afternoon, it looks like a lot of this will start to wind on down. Here's the big picture. A big cold front, one of these big early season cold fronts trying to come on down to the deep south, but oftentimes they stall out as they move on in here, and that's the case right now. Very soupy right now. Drier air back to the northwest, and we will just not be able to tap into that. A little bit better over the next couple of days here as high pressure tries to work its magic. So tomorrow afternoon, there goes the rain down to the southeast. By Friday, we start to clear out those skies a little bit. That drier air nudges in a little bit more. And then as we get into your Saturday, the rain chances get suppressed down closer to the coast. So at this point, we're cautiously optimistic for a little bit more sunshine on Friday, back into the low 80s. We should be okay for high school football. The college games in the region on Saturday should be okay, although can't rule out some rain down there in Baton Rouge for the Ole Miss game. 87 on Sunday. We're looking at some mid to upper 80s next week. Some pop-up showers and storms around here, so we're going to get back into that late summer warmth as we go throughout the next few days, but a little bit cooler tomorrow, Scott, with highs in the 70s.
Well, the sneezing and wheezing of hay fever got you down. We'll find out more all about fall allergies when we come back.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. More than just pumpkin spice is brewing this fall. So are those fall allergies. Tonight, we look at some of the triggers in our Health Talk with Baptist.
In addition to ragweed, what are some of the other triggers of fall allergies? The fall can be especially difficult for people who are sensitive to mold and ragweed pollen, but these seasonal elements aren't the only triggers that can make symptoms worse at this time of year. While most people enjoy Indian summer, unseasonably warm temperatures can make hay fever symptoms last longer. While ragweed is the most common trigger, in some parts of the country, goldenrod, English plantain, lamb's quarters, pigweed, and others can all trigger fall allergies. Mold is another fall trigger. You may think of mold growing in your basement or bathroom, damp areas in your house, but mold spores also love wet spots outside. Piles of damp leaves, compost piles, and damp soil are ideal breeding grounds for mold. Mold spores are light, very small, and easily inhaled into the lungs. Raking leaves agitates pollen and mold spores into the air. Don't forget dust mites. While they're common during the humid summer months, they can get started into the air for the first time when you turn on your heat in the fall. Dust mites can trigger sneezing, wheezing, and runny noses. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, and we'll discuss how to protect yourself against fall allergies.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
Our student athlete of the week shows us being a Power Cat isn't just for the guys. See our story from Louisville next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel.
The beauty of sports is that they allow us to watch athletes who do what hasn't been done. On the football field, the power and speed that brings the highlights has always been for the boys. But as WCBI Sports' Courtney Robb shows us, this week's Student Athlete of the Week is showing everyone that there's nothing a girl can't tackle.
It was spring of 2015 when Zykeria Burge first stepped on the Louisville football field. For most Power Cat girls, that would mean normally rooting on the team from the sidelines. But Burge had another idea.
See, like most girls want to be cheerleaders, I want to be a football player.
Burge took away any hesitation, nerves, and parental judgment she was facing because she was determined to play the game and play it on her own terms.
I tried to talk her out of it, and then I told her to bring her mom and dad. I had them talk to them. And then I tried to talk to them out of it, and they didn't want us to. She wanted to play. And then I said, well, you can't discriminate, and so a lady girl want to play, we had to let her play.
First thing they said was kicker. But no, because most girls play kicker, and I didn't see myself being a kicker.
As for the guys on the field, at first they were definitely in disbelief. But Burge made it clear she had no issues getting physical.
It was weird. It was kind of surprising. I was amazed, like a girl actually came out here to play. Like somebody was actually tough enough to try to come out here.
Most people say, you're a girl, you're gonna get hurt, but I just feel like boys get hurt too. So I mean, what's the difference? I'm a girl, they're a boy, we all get hurt.
Now she's just like any other Wildcat in the locker room. And Friday nights have quickly become her favorite time of the week.
People that's gonna try to stop you from doing what you want to do, but just don't let nothing stop you from following your dream. Just go do it.
Everybody knows you try to make it hard at first on her, running and doing a lot of extra work and everything, but she took it pretty good. She went through all that and everything, and so she just do a pretty good job of hanging out here in this next. She ain't with these guys here, but other than that, she's a part of the team.
Burge will be slapping on her pads as she prepares for her team to head to New Hope this upcoming week. In Louisville with our Student Athlete of the Week, Courtney Grobb, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Student Athlete of the Week on WCBI Sports is brought to you by C-Spire, customer inspired.
The big news in the college football world is Clemson QB Kelly Bryant announcing he will transfer due to the Tigers announcing they'll start freshman Trevor Lawrence. After 4 weeks of the season, Alabama junior QB Jalen Hurts has made no such announcement, even with Tua Tagovailoa starting and playing well. Head coach Nick Saban says how Hurts has handled the situation speaks volumes of his character.
I think Jalen has been very, very professional about, the way he's sort of handled the situation he's in. I've said it's a unique situation. Nobody's ever been in this situation before. Won 26 games here, and now all of a sudden somebody else is playing. But what he has done is he's worked every day to try to get better. He's focusing on improving and, the value that he can get from this season, because we're going to play him as much as we possibly can. He deserves to play. He's a good player.
And in Starkville, a big come-from-behind win for the Volley Dogs as they pick up their first SEC win of the season, defeating Auburn in 5 sets. Bulldogs get the win 3-2. They trailed 2 games to nothing, but rallied back in a big way, winning the next 3 to get the W. The win is Julie Darty's first SEC win as head coach of the Bulldogs. Mississippi State will look to gain momentum with a home tilt against Kentucky on Friday. So if you missed it, yesterday, our game of the week coming up on Friday is Houston and Choctaw County. Go over to our website, WCBI.com, to see the latest polls of the AP as we head into week 7 of the high school football season. Also, make sure you go to our website as well. We've got all the information for the upcoming slate of college football games. Alabama playing at 11 against Louisiana Lafayette. Mississippi State and Florida, you probably know by now, 5 p.m. That game will be on ESPN. And then right after that one, Ole Miss taking on LSU as they battle for the Magnolia Bowl. That game kicking off at 8:15. We'll have much more coming up tomorrow with JUCO Sports and high school football kicking off tomorrow as well. Calhoun City taking on Philadelphia. We'll have highlights of that as well. That's it for sports. Last look at your forecast next.
Some showers linger here across our area. It's been a very soggy and damp day. Still the chance for some rain on Thursday. Probably not an all-day washout here, Scott, but showers certainly possible. Just bring the umbrella to be on the safe side. 60s and 70s in the morning, then some 70s in the afternoon. We'll dry things out Friday, and that bodes well for high school football. Warmer for the weekend. You're talking about maybe a pool day here this weekend?
Sneak in one last one, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Still possible.
Yeah, we like it. Or I do, anyway. All right, thanks, Keith. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow.